Okay, we are back here with end of stats for our season finale. We are going to check two things. We're going to check the team rankings and the NFL leaders board. So, welcome back and enjoy this. This is a breakdown of how Pittsburgh did, and we are going to start with the team rankings, and we'll go to the offensive side just to see where we stand. And as you see, Buffalo, uh, Seattle, Houston, San Francisco, Bengals, and Lions, then Rams, and then so on down the list. But your top five there. Actually, the top three went over 5,000 total points, yards, 5,000 total yards. I'm sorry, and then we ended up 16th at 4,444 total yards. So we did. We're middle of the pack for our offense, and on defensive side, we were first overall, and we were almost 16,000 yard difference between us and San Francisco. So on the defensive side, we did pretty good. We only gave up 1,000 yards passing, which is excellent for this defense, and less than 1,500 yards rushing. So we did pretty good as a defensive whole. Uh, and everything. So that takes care of the team rankings. And we're going to go down here to the NFL leaders just to see how we did passing through the NFL. And as you see, we are not even in the top five, or the top six, we should say. We ended up, Brister ended up ninth. We had 2,100 yards passing. Um, Even though he was bad closer to the end of the year of the season, so I think he did not get hurt, but he was bad, so I had to put Strom in for two, maybe three games. So um, that kind of hurt. Our main target for receptions was Green at 57, but Rice and Sharp beat us out. He didn't even get 1,000 yard receiving. He ended up with 800. Green ended up 847, and he had 12 touchdowns. So he was green money. He did find the end zone 12 times. Is there anybody else from Pittsburgh in the receptions department? Which I'm not sure. I'm looking now, and I see Hodge. Hodge had 34 receptions out of the backfield for only 400 yards, but he did find the end zone seven times. So, um, very productive for a team that I would say is mediocre on the offensive side. Um, Rushing, I'm not sure exactly where I'm at in the rushing, as Thomas, Johnson, and Brooks ended up in the top three, and that's a good list right there, you know. So we're going to go ahead and see how either one of our guys did, which I don't think they would be in the top 30, and they weren't. They were under the 700 yard category and everything. So scoring wise, I thought Green would be up there scoring wise at 12, but you could see that the top six had 20 touchdowns. So, as you know, or what you saw, I ended up with 12 with him, and he wasn't even in the top 30. I don't even think anybody from Pittsburgh, yeah, Anderson, my kicker, had 92 points. And that's pretty much all I can say. 62 out of 63 attempts for extra points, 10 out of 11 for field goals. So he was very successful on that. Interceptions, I don't see us having any very little interceptions. I know he ended up with at least 3 or 4. Woodson, but I'm not sure if he's in the top. No, he wasn't. Nobody was in the top 29. They had 4 there with Humphreys and Hamilton. So we will look later at that. Williams had 50 sacks. Um, and that's it. That's it for us. So Williams is my nose tackle. He ended up with 50 sacks. Thomas and Fletcher had 26, 23. Haley had 21. So I actually did a lot better with a nose tackle than I did it with anybody else. But that's my go-to right there is the nose tackle. Um, Punt returns. Bell had 13 for 167. That's Richard Bell. 12.8 yards per kick return, a punt return. I mean, uh, I thought maybe Heel would be in there, but he's not for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe because he usually started it off, but I put Bell in there to replace him. Kick returns, Bell 13, 19, uh, and everything. So that's pretty much all I could tell you on that. Team data, I can go to your team data here. Uh, like I said, Strom's excellent. He had 992 passing yards, for a backup. Um, Richard Bell's excellent, but they didn't turn excellent till later. All around right there, see? So 19 for 19 for 444 yards and 3 touchdowns for Bell there on that. Lips is excellent, only had 439 total yards. Uh, you know, I don't have any really outstanding players. They're more of a group thing. As you see, Eric Green is bad, but he had 847, and I'm keeping him in there, Stone, good condition, Heel, um, that's who I've got back there. But anyway, that's the main thing. Let's look at one more thing, and then I'm gonna call it, guys. On the player data, we're gonna look at Woodson, see how many interceptions he had. He only had 3. Um, Woodruff, he's excellent. Didn't do anything. Everett didn't do anything. Lake had two interceptions. So I had a total of five interceptions. Nobody. Little had an interception. Um, that makes 6. Greg Lloyd's excellent. Williams, and Evans. Evans is excellent. So everybody is got a lot of excellent people going into this playoff run. So we'll see what happens. But that's my stats, and I hope y'all enjoyed.